This is supposed to be a weekend of celebration. The Phillies have absolutely nothing to celebrate. The Phillies were god-awful this weekend. And the only reason I'm doing the show today is to bitch about the Phillies. That's the only reason. It's like, hey, Jim was just in Florida enjoying his life. Producer Jim, PJ, doing a fantastic job every single day. Hey, welcome back, Jim. We're going to bitch about the Phillies. You know why? Because they're god-awful. And they have no idea how to win. Nick Castellanos, it's his first home run in about 10 years yesterday. I don't know what the hell the Mets were thinking. No idea what the Mets were thinking by giving him back-to-back fastballs, especially up in the zone. Nick Castellanos yesterday swings at the first pitch that was a foot outside. It was, if you were to freeze frame it and just put it out there and say, did he swing at this, yes or no? You'd be like, no way he swung at that. That was so outside, what were we even looking at? No, he not only swung at it, he flailed at it, is what he did. Very next pitch, right down the middle, top of the zone, strike two. Very next pitch, right down the middle, 96-mile-per-hour fastball, belted to deep left field for a 3-run home run to give the Phillies a 4-3 lead. And you feel like for a second there, the Phillies are actually going to win the ballgame. Oh, my God. Could they actually they're going to close this out? Corey Knebel comes up as your pitcher there in the 9th inning. And the idea of the Phillies holding the lead. Now, I know technically it's one pitch, but the Phillies, the thought of will the Phillies hold this lead lasted a windup because Corey Knebel threw that ball and it gets belted to right field. And the next thing you know, the game is tied. We're going into extra innings. Knebel's able to get out of it from that point on. Excuse me, still dealing with this cough. And Plummer just absolutely belted that ball off Corey Knebel. First pitch he saw, took it to right field. Tied at 4, and then the Mets just handled their business in the 10th inning. Phillies weren't able to do it. Mets were able to do it. Bottom line is the Phillies get swept out of New York. So after salvaging at least a split with the Braves, they go into New York. And now they're going to handle their business against the Mets? No, not the case. They get swept out of New York. Now you got to face the San Francisco Giants and the drama that Gabe Kapler's bringing to town. But bottom line is they're facing another good baseball team. I have heard a number of times over this weekend, the schedule gets a lot easier for the Phillies. The schedule gets a lot easier. The schedule does not get easier for a team that does not know how to win. And the Phillies, bottom line, do not know how to win. Multiple times you're watching them. They're blowing leads left and right. They can't get back into ball games. They finally get back into a ball game. They find a way to give it back. To me, I know it always comes down to the players overall. Let me just get this out of the way because we say it all the time. I know it comes down to if Nick Castellanos doesn't go into the slump, if JT Realmuto doesn't have a slump, if Odubel Herrera is anything better than what he has been in center field in particular. A nice diving catch for you yesterday. But it's like with Odubel Herrera, you're always waiting for him to make that mistake that's going to cost you a game. And you see all these guys that need to produce. Your bullpen especially. Corey Knebel needs to come in and shut that down in the 9th inning, at least salvage one win and avoid the sweep in this series. And they just can't do it. And I know the players have to perform and do their job. But when you constantly see all these different players make all these different mistakes, and it seems to be everybody else's fault every other day, and you hear the clubhouse guys like Nick Castellanos talk about how, yeah, this sucks. To be on this team, it sucks. To go through what we're going through right now, it sucks. Like, nobody in here is here to lose. Everyone here wants to win. Well, the Phillies to me seem like a team that's grasping at straws and trying to figure out ways to win. And I don't know any other way to try to jumpstart this team that if you're John Middleton, if you're the Buck Cousins, if you're the front office of the team, if you're Dave Dombrowski, and you want to talk about all these different mistakes this team is making, there's only one way to shake things up, and that's to move on from the manager. And for anybody that's like, it's not Joe Girardi's fault, yes, okay, thank you very much. When is it ever the manager or coach's fault? When is it ever all their fault? Never. If the players play better. In basketball, you hit your shots, the manager looks brilliant, the coach looks brilliant. In baseball, you pitch well, you hit well, great manager. Football, you score more touchdowns, coach is brilliant. Whatever it might be, it's never all the coach's fault. But it is sometimes the only lifeline you have to try to resurrect the team. And this is probably it with Joe Girardi.